That got me.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Something's going on. I'm getting an echo. I have no idea why.
I don't hear an echo.
Hold on, give me a sec. I
God.
gotta find out where
You
the
sound good to me.
This is weird because it's
Yeah, everything sounds good on my end.
I've got the live stream playing somewhere, but I don't have it pulled up anywhere. I have no idea.
Too many tabs.
You have no idea.
Oh yes, yeah, a lot of tabs.
Yeah, I have that problem
I'm
sometimes.
not on the level as Ryan, but
I got multiple monitors.
I think I have more tabs than Ryan. Where the fuck is it?
sorry, everybody. This what happens when I come on here.
Statics, technical difficulties.
I have no idea where the hell. Okay, it's not in that window.
Hey, Ariel.
Ariel, you're being censored by YouTube. I don't know what's going on. When I find this fucking tab, I'm just gonna have to close everything. I'm just gonna have to buy tabs. You'll be missed.
Oh shit. What a great opening.
I know, it's an excellent opening.
Yeah, and Ariel, that's he was noticing before we started that some of your comments were not showing up in top chat, only in live chat. So that's what he was referring to being censored. No one throw tomatoes at Static.
I know what it is. Fucking somehow Kick got unmuted. Found it.
It's about time.
Well, if Kick's kind of a piece of shit. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? It has been 1 week of Donald Trump being the president.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the golden age.
Oh yeah.
We are joined tonight for episode 39, which also marks our 1 year anniversary. Is that what we'll call it? It's an anniversary.
Yep. Which we just realized right before we went live. I was like, let me go back and look at when our first episode was, which was January 22nd, which was last Wednesday. So this is the first one after that. Since there wasn't an episode last week anyways, but it would have been after that regardless.
Yeah, we've originally the show was planned to only be every other week, and then the news just didn't stop. Just like this last week has been full of information.
Oh god, it's crazy.
There's no like at first I was thinking, okay, you know what, we could just spend the show going over his first days of like executive orders. That might be interesting, going over the big ones. No. That's way too much. There's far too much going on over there. And then there's all the other stuff, but we'll get to that. I want to say hello to our special guest, Dom H. Dom H, how are you doing, sir?
Doing awesome. I mean, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me on. You know, I get to be on the 1 year anniversary, so it's an honor.
Thank you for joining us,
Trump. But yeah, hell yeah. It's been a week. Thank God Trump's president. We got that old fuck out of here.
Yes, the old fuck is gone.
Yeah.
Replaced with a different kind of old fuck.
Old confused fuck.
Yes, the old confused fuck. That's for sure. How are you doing, Neo?
I'm doing all right. I was half dead for the last week, so I'm on the road to recovery. So I've still got a little bit, still a little sick, but recovering. But glad to not be confined to bed. So I'm doing all right. And I have a message for you from Steve on my stream from a few minutes ago. He said to tell you that you're lame.
Oh,
Really? That's the best he's got? Said I'm lame. All right.
Static claims. So I was like, I'll pass the message along.
Well, Steve,
he lied and said he loves you.
Steve, you're a gay bitch. So
So
there.
he's having fun out there in the Midwest with the bros.
Yes, he is out in Chicago for work, hanging out with
He's hanging with Ike.
Paul Raw Dog Hadouken. I found out what Paul orders for his hot dog, and he should be shamed for it.
Uh-oh.
He orders them plain.
Oh, that's not too
No.
bad.
He just eats it, bun,
Uh,
dog. Nothing else.
I put mustard on mine.
That's acceptable.
Mustard is made for hot dogs.
Dog in the bun, for lack of a better phrase, could use some lubrication. So ketchup and mustard are helpful. Maybe
You
some,
guys put ketchup on?
some cheese sauce. What?
Mm,
You can put ketchup in your hot dogs?
barbecue sauce.
Dog, yeah.
Barbecue sauce.
Anything you eat with ketchup is better with barbecue sauce.
I mean, I do love barbecue sauce.
He's not necessarily wrong. I won't
Nope.
disagree with that.
I've not found that to be wrong in any case. Anything you eat with ketchup is better with barbecue sauce.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Occasionally I'll go to a place and they're like, "You want any ketchup?" I'm like, "Can I have barbecue sauce?" So like, we don't have barbecue sauce. I'm like, "What do you freaking mean you don't have barbecue sauce?" It's not often, but every once in a while.
I was going to say, like almost every place serves chicken strips of some sort, right? Like on the kids menu or something. So you'd think they just
Yeah.
have barbecue sauce by default.
Yeah. I don't remember what the last time that happened though, but I remember.
So let's say hi to the chat here. We've got Dom H first in the chat. How you doing,
Hey,
Dom?
Who is that guy?
And then we've got Kel celebrating the no income tax. We just because he brings it up, I'll bring that up
Yeah.
first after we do our thing here.
Hey, Chili Ariel.
Yes.
Ariel's
Cheese
asking
dog.
what's wrong with income tax. No one likes their money being taken away against their will.
Let's stealing our money.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like I saw what one of the Cranston scenes basically arguing in defense of the IRS. I'm like, God, you're an idiot.
govern me harder, daddy.
Exactly.
And then we've got Savage
What's up, Savage Dad?
with the
Late in the
constant
day.
remarks. And then I'm gonna have to catch up with Ariel's chats because I know she's in here talking shit. How could you do that to that poor pig? Whoopi never looks that good.
She's still banned from Adam's chat.
How you doing, Cashcaster? Unpunctual and Jeremy Griggs. That sounds appropriate. I don't mind that one.
That's-
Functional and Jeremy.
That's funny.
Most of Ryan's are gay porn.
The tabs.
Oh. I have a secret to bring the tabs back to life.
There you go.
Then we got Timon.
Con Matrix.
Hey, what's up,
Tom
Timon?
Matrix stop static from working the polls. Oh.
What's going on, Timon?
Man, why you got to make fun of our anniversary?
Gay University.
Not Steve then. Yeah, no, that wasn't Steve. Calling me lame. That was the weakest shit he's ever said.
He misses you.
Yes, chili and cheese on a hot dog
Yes.
all the
That-
time.
Oh yeah.
But this particular restaurant did not have that as an option. They did put French fries on the hot dogs though.
Oof.
A chili cheese fry hot dog. That'd be pretty good.
Yes, I was learning. Oh, a chili cheese for my hot dog. Yeah, you're gonna need utensils for that one.
It sounds messy.
So earlier this week, I wanted to ask. There's just been so much going on, as we were saying earlier. I wanted you guys to come up with like, what is your favorite thing that has happened so far? We've only got Dom H for a limited time here. He lives on the other side of the country, so I'm going to let him go first. Dom, what is your favorite thing that Donald Trump has done over the last week?
Oh, that's easy. I remember you asked me last week what I'm looking forward to, and it's getting these friggin' illegal immigrants out of here. The mass deportation. All throughout the 4+ these 4 years of Biden. How our country was literally being invaded by criminals and all these crazy fucks, and got Lincoln Riley getting killed and Rachel Morin like something needed to be done. Like it was getting out of hand, and thank God, we got fucking Trump in here. He's doing exactly what he said he was gonna do, and he's arresting all these people, and it's about like 500 or so around the average, a little up there, around there. I think he wants to get up to about 1,200 to 1,500, the average per day, from what I read.
So this is where we're at right now. This was tweeted out about 2.5 hours ago.
Oh,
You've got almost 1,200 arrests and 853 detainers lodged.
That's a good start.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we're doing. Like, we're getting the criminals out of here. But you got fucking bitches like Selena Gomez
I
going
was
on a
just going to
whole
mention that.
crying fest. My people, the kids.
It's like, oh, are you a criminal too?
Yeah,
You like hanging out with rapists?
and it's fucking. Because I was telling Static, like, she was like my first big celebrity crush. So fucking seeing this.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god! But yeah, like, and then it's like, she put she deleted it, and then like apparently it's bad to show empathy to people.
She
I'm like,
said
no,
it's bad
shut
to
up,
show
bitch! Like,
empathy.
yeah, like, you know exactly what you were doing. You fucking lied, made it seem like they were fucking
Well,
attack. She
so
said attacking kids. Oh, they're attacking kids. They're not attacking kids. They fucking they're getting rid of the criminals out of here, fucking murdering and causing chaos here.
do you think like her maid got fucking detained or something?
Maybe. you know, she lives in this.
You know that's who those people are hiring. They're hiring the illegals to clean their houses and shit because they go on the news and they say, "Well, if we get rid of these people, who's going to clean our toilets?" So we know who they're hiring to help them around the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's something else.
So that's been my favorite thing, like seeing like Trump like living up to his promise. Like, he's been this is like basically his number one thing he ran on, and like just seeing the results so far is pretty satisfying.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's gotten more done in a week than Biden did in
Oh,
his
yeah.
entire 4
I know
years.
it's ridiculous.
Like seeing the videos.
So Ariel's asking, so has the left started screaming that Trump is closing the new underground railroad for the illegals, saying how horrible is this? I haven't seen any mentions of an underground railroad per se, but I have seen memes, people posting that somewhere in this country there's an Anne Frank hiding from ICE
Oh,
in someone's attic. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how legit they are, if people are just trolling or whatever. I find it amusing.
And then you got like the state and local police, like they can't help them because like the fucking like the shitty fucking leftist people now, they're not allowed to help them, so they got to go there themselves and get them.
And speaking of Paul Raw Dog Hadouken himself, how you doing, sir? See if that throws him
Hey,
off.
Paul.
What's up, Paul? Carl's here as well. What's up, Carl?
Hey, Carl.
So, Neo, what was your favorite thing of the week so far?
Okay, I was gonna say, because when you asked, you said your favorite thing of the week, but then when you asked him, he said that your favorite thing that Trump has done. I was like, well, my favorite thing this week was not actually something Trump did; it was something that JD Vance did, and
Are you
that
talking
was
about the interview?
No, him being the tiebreaker on the confirmation of Pete Hegseth.
Okay,
okay.
I consider that. I would actually even consider that a Trump win, because these are things that Trump's putting into place to get moving. So that qualifies on both topics, both questions.
Okay, but yeah, it was great getting to. I don't even know why it was that close, but the fact that he was able to be the tiebreaker and be like, yeah, he's confirmed. That was freaking great.
Yeah, we're gonna watch later on in the show. We're gonna watch part of like Hegseth's I don't know if you call it an acceptance speech, the speech he gave on Saturday or Sunday after he had won the vote. We're going to watch part of that because it's just an interesting direction the country seems to be moving in. And I think what he has to say is I hope what he has to say is somewhat of a representation of that. My favorite thing of the week, just to pick something different, I am going to go with the two genders.
Oh yes.
Yes, that's great.
Just the fact that, because there is some scientific information there that's really important, and it gets rid of a lot of the ambiguousness that those people want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they don't want to have to acknowledge that they were ever born as what they were born as, but you kind of have to, because that can matter with medicine and shit like that. Even though I would hope a doctor would be fully aware, but also doctors have proven that they're completely corruptible and they will just do what that person wants instead of doing what's actually needed to be done.
Yeah, thank God he fixed, like, these people. They think like there's 46 genders. Like they just want to confuse people. Like fucking.
Oh yes, because in extreme rare cases, people have both genders.
Yeah.
And then it also completely removes all the non-binary stuff. I don't know if I don't think this was part of the executive order, but I've seen people saying that he's removing transgenders from the military. Now, I don't think my taxes, like whether they should be there or not, that's a whole other question. But I don't think our taxes should be going towards them getting their surgeries and stuff like they have been.
Yeah.
I saw people claiming that they were getting like lip filler and all of this stuff paid on our dime because they were in the military so that they could look more like a woman.
Oh my God.
Right? Like they were getting all these, like they were getting their eyebrows done and all sorts of stuff paid because they were in the military and that was part of the process. Yeah.
So wasting money on that crap.
Yeah. So that's over.
Yeah. Another thing I like.
What's that?
Just not fucking seeing. Hey, look, another fucking $1 billion is going to Ukraine. Don't look forward to seeing that shit.
Now, I haven't been able to verify this, but he did say that foreign funding was going to be stopped. And I've heard two different counter arguments to that, saying that one says that that doesn't include Israel, and then another one says that doesn't include Israel and Ukraine. Now, the Israel one wouldn't surprise me, and the Ukraine one wouldn't surprise me entirely either, because they fucking what's that damn word? They impeached him over Ukraine last time. You know? Even though they impeached him for Ukraine for what Joe Biden fucking did 4 years previously to him being there. But yeah, and that was all a bunch of horse shit. Alexander Vidman is a piece of shit, and I hope he rots in jail someday. Unless he got a pardon, but I didn't see anything about that. I think I did see his wife begging for one online, though.
Really?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I saw a post from his wife bitching about something about pardons. And it might have been because he didn't get one, which would be awesome. Because he was the guy who was on the line, who was the whistleblower for the first impeachment last time. And Alexander Vidman is a massive piece of shit and is implicated in many other possible legal issues. So there's something that Trump has said twice over the past 72 hours. And that is about abolishing the income tax. I have a video of the most recent example. The other one was earlier this weekend from when he was in Las Vegas, talking about he went to Las Vegas to thank them for helping him win that state, because he really thinks it has to come down to his idea for no taxes on tips, which,
I would love
however,
that.
probably a massive portion of that Las Vegas in general lives off of tips. So that would be a big triggering point for them to not want any taxes on those. He did say that has to go through Congress. Like I thought, you can't do an executive order or something like that. You have to go through Congress. You have to have the tax plan and all of that stuff. But this is something that he was talking about just a few hours ago today.
America is going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary, because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money, and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things, and I'm not knocking him.
Quick side note, Google already said earlier this evening that they will be updating Mount McKinley and the Gulf of America
on Google
Really?
Maps.
Yep.
Oh shit!
But he was given a vast amount of money, and that was all made through tariffs. As we had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
Makes sense to me.
That last bit. So, like, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I understand free trade or any of that stuff, but it kind of doesn't make any sense, especially since we have everything here we could possibly need, just about. America is one of the few places in the whole world that has every single type of geography, whether that's desert, forest, swamps, that kind of thing. And we have all sorts of minerals and all sorts of resources here that we don't really need to be relying on these other countries, but we do it anyway because they hire slave labor and can get it done cheaper.
Cheaper.
The idea of having other countries, and I think other countries should do this as well, not just America, having other countries pay to enrich the citizens instead of the citizens paying to enrich the other countries, because that's all we've been doing. We've been doing foreign aid for much longer than just the last 4 years, right? It seems like even Donald Trump, during Donald Trump's last term, we were sending money to every other fucking country but this one.
Yeah.
I mean, how confident you think he can get this done?
No,
Like,
not at all. Not at all.
Like, I can't see it happening. Like, yeah.
So there's going to be, like, if this were to ever come to Congress, he was to bring a bill to Congress, say, all right, you guys work on this. The fear mongering will be out of fucking control.
I can't. I couldn't see it being passed in either the House or Senate. I don't know. I can see some Republicans saying no. Democrats.
Ariel, I think Ariel's right. I think a lot of the money spending to other nations started after World War II. I also think we sent money to Germany and other places after World War I. The whole world helped rebuild. The whole world has helped rebuild Germany twice. But what do you think? What would you do with your extra money? That extra 30% or however much it is that you don't have to give away anymore, Neo.
If we had 30% more on our income,
Huh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean,
or
like I
14%
mentioned,
or whatever it is. I don't
I
know
was
what
gonna say I
tax
don't know
rate
what the percent is. It's
Uh,
just it's a stupid law. It's like government's got their freaking greedy hands in our pockets constantly. Um, you get taxed on literally everything. It's like you get taxed on what you make, then you get taxed on what you spend, then you get taxed on what you leave to your kids. It's freaking ridiculous. There shouldn't be a there shouldn't be income tax. There shouldn't be the inheritance tax or the death tax. That's absurd. I hope to get rid of that too. Um, yeah, I don't know what the amount is, but just having more in our pocket would be nice. Be able to spend more, and on the that would I would think that would be a better stimulus, economy stimulus plan than giving people stimulus checks. Stop taxing them as much.
Ariel, I'm getting to that. Uh,
Should there be any taxes?
so
yeah,
yeah.
that statement that you just made about this being like the a better stimulus plan. I think this is the best possible stimulus plan for the economy.
Can anyone explain to me why there shouldn't just be a flat tax, where not like flat where it's the same amount, like everyone pays the same amount, like number wise, but like percentage wise? Like, is
Oh,
there
I would
any reason why?
if we cannot abolish the IRS, if we can't get rid of income tax, make it a flat tax across the board.
Yeah, everyone
I
pays.
get it. So Elon Musk still only has to pay 10% when I only have to pay 10%. That bitch makes
Exactly.
way more money than I ever will, and he's going to have to pay way more than I'll ever make. So I'm all for a flat tax.
Yeah, it's like
I want you there.
the same. Everyone pays the same percentage or whatever. Obviously not too high, but you don't have different income brackets. It's ridiculous. It's like if you really want to tax the rich, then everyone's paying the essentially the same percentage of their income.
The tax code shouldn't be any bigger than one fucking page. Like the income tax book is ginormous. All the fucking rules. Dom, what would you do? Do you have any plans of what you would do with your extra non-taxed income?
If I can just get that extra money, oh my God, maybe fucking save up, get the fuck out of New York.
That's exactly. I want to get the fuck out of New York because I'm already saved from there. But I'd put it in the bank. I would just put it in the
Yeah.
bank. I would just not necessarily the bank, but invest it in something or do something with it that's just going to
Yeah,
make me more
exactly.
money instead of the fucking government wasting it.
Right.
And give it to other countries. Yeah.
Now Ariel was asking, should there be any taxes? If we have to have taxes, I am willing to trade the income tax for essentially a sales tax.
So just
Because,
have
and the reason why I like that idea is because I then get the choice of whether or not I buy that item. Right? I'd be like, do I really want to pay whatever that extra upcharge would be for that item? I mean, there's already a sales tax on things anyways, but let's say that sales tax goes up a little bit, a couple points or so. I then get the choice of whether or not I want to be taxed. I think that's a big difference. What do you guys think?
Recap that again real quick.
If there has would you be willing to sacrifice an income tax, get rid of the income tax for say a higher sales tax?
Higher sales tax. Okay.
like you're talking on just like groceries and shit.
Well, okay, so I don't know. Like here, food isn't taxed, so I don't think we should tax food. I don't think there should be a tax on fucking bananas or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like when you go to buy that, I don't know, that hat, when you go to buy your headphones, when you go to buy
There should be a higher
monitor, when you go to buy goods and
Yeah.
anything that's not food, right?
You're saying that it should be a higher tax
So,
I'm asking, what do you
and
think?
sacrifice it for the income tax.
Yes.
I mean, we already got both, so yeah, it's definitely a better trade off than we got right now.
I mean,
Well, I mean, for me, and sound like for Dom,
that sounds better. Yeah.
it's like get taxed on income tax, and then I get taxed on everything that I buy. But right now, regardless, so yeah, I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah, and then another thing I think that does is if they go to like if they go to a higher sales tax and got rid of the income tax, I think that creates a very hefty secondhand market,
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
because then you could choose to buy things used and such, and Facebook Marketplace just becomes the next freaking Mall of America.
Oh, sorry.
I'm looking through chat here.
Sorry.
Kel and Ariel are talking about taxes. Kel said something about no income tax. Property taxes are fine as long as we go back to only the property owners being able to vote. Okay, that's an interesting thought. I would also say, fuck your property tax once my mortgage is gone, because there is absolutely no goddamn reason for the government to be able to take that land from me that after I have already paid for it. There should be no reason at all, because otherwise you never own that land. You are always beholden to the government for that little plot of land that you put your ass on.
I'm good with that. I mean, that would stop, a lot of idiots from voting. A lot of these, yeah, a lot of these young kids. I mean, Trump did get the young vote though, but
And then she says then non-owners would become second class citizens. But yeah, that is the way that it used to be. Property owners used to vote.
yeah,
And
I'm
straight
fine.
up, I don't know, my house, I want to be able to vote. But there's something to be said about like being a stakeholder in something and being more invested in your being more invested in your country. Like that's kind of what that all comes down to. We obviously could never move back to that, but I strongly stand by property tax should be gone. If they have to have it, it should be done after you pay off your mortgage. There should not be any more property tax.
That'd be
But
nice
that
as
would,
well.
yeah. I mean, that's something that never would happen,
No,
unfortunately.
no, because if they did that, then whenever like someone dies and they give that property to someone else that they just
Yeah.
own forever, and the government can't ever the government would never be able to tax that plot of land again unless that family line, and they weren't ever able to leave it to anyone.
Yeah.
The government just seized it because no one's using it. Oh, that's a good point. It's always renters that are voting to raise my property taxes. They have no skin in the game. They shouldn't have. You know what? That is kind of fucked. That is kind of fucked. Carl's saying he would spend more if he had the money. I think that's exactly what everyone would do, and that would be exactly what Neo was saying with like that would be a huge stimulus. That would be a gigantic stimulus to the economy.
Makes sense to me.
I probably wouldn't actually spend like much more on like stuff other than maybe like paying off my bills, like my mortgage or something sooner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Doing something to get you in a better financial position. I think that's what a lot of people would do, is whether that's paying off mortgages or putting it in the bank some way or somehow.
Pay off my car faster.
And yeah, Ariel, I think everyone agrees with Ariel, like the government getting rid of any of these taxes that we have been talking about, next to impossible. I think if the idea of getting rid of income tax comes to Congress, there's going to be so much fear mongering. But what about the roads? Fuck your hoe ass roads. Ain't that right?
The problem isn't how much money the government has. The problem is how they spend it.
Yes.
They got plenty of money. They need to
Okay.
spend it better and be held accountable. So hopefully that's what Doge does.
Plenty of money to give away.
For that. I've got a video for that. Give me 1 second here.
There's really no reason why we shouldn't be able to get rid of some of these taxes. Of course, the government doesn't want to because they just want all the money. They don't want some money. They want all the money. It's like they don't need all the money. They need to be put. They need to have boundaries placed on and be like, no, this is how much you get. Spend your allowance wisely. And they don't want to.
So, as we all know, the fires in California and everything have raised a lot of questions about things. And this guy had to apologize to some of his friends. I'll let him explain it.
So a lot of my friends are libertarians, and I'm always arguing with them. Hey guys, if no one pays taxes, then who's going to stop the fires? Who's going to stop all the violent crime? Dummies. And then the LA fire happened, and the fire department didn't stop the fire because I guess they ran out of budget for water, and the police didn't stop the looting because I guess they didn't want to get near the fire. And so I guess I lost that argument. My bad. So a lot
of I love that video.
I didn't see that. Wow.
That was also mismanagement, not a lack of funds.
Well, I mean, they have taxes, they have tax money, but they didn't do the right thing. And they're all like, well, if we don't pay our taxes, who's going to do all this shit? Oh, wait, we paid our taxes. No one could do all this shit.
Did you see like when Trump got there in California, like just like the handshake between him and Newsom?
It was weird.
Yeah, it was literally, yeah.
It was they were both doing a power play thing, and a little gay. I get it. I probably would have been in a similar situation if I were Donald Trump, but yeah,
they were like holding hands for a while, like pulling back and forth.
Yeah. And then the handshake that he had with Karen Bass was also interesting. That's her name, right? Karen Bass, the mayor of LA.
LA, yeah.
Sounds right.
I don't think I've seen that one.
So you brought up what's her bucket? Selena
Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Yes, Karen Bass, mayor of LA.
Now, I don't know how old the old Selena Gomez is.
Same age as me, 32.
So, okay. So then she would have been
correct
22
32.
When this happened. Oh, let me rewind it.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
That's racist.
Whoa, what happened to that?
What a bigot.
Where did that guy go?
What changed?
Kel, I don't know if a lot of people are ready to have that conversation. But yeah, 10 years ago, 11 years ago. This happened in 2014. He gave that announcement. I don't remember what bill it was in, but like, yeah, we're going to start throwing away these fucking illegal criminals. But yet the left is out there crying and saying all sorts of shit that isn't real. Have you guys seen the stuff going on? Have you guys seen the like TikTok videos with
TikTok?
The teachers like putting their hair in a ponytail when ICE gets into my classroom, like they're going to fucking do something? Well,
no, I haven't seen that. No.
So there's a bunch of these teachers, fucking grade school teachers and shit, out on TikTok putting out these videos saying like what they're going to do when ICE shows up to their classroom.
Oh no. Your brother's in the chat.
Steve's actually here?
Yeah.
Steve, you're a gay bitch.
passed along your message to him.
Because
I
you
told
called
him-
me lame.
Yeah.
What a lame fucking thing. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Phil, of all people,
To fail.
joined our borders are Tom Homan out in Chicago over the weekend. And he was doing some interviews and stuff. And so, as I was saying, those teachers, I use teachers lightly,
Loosely.
but he had some questions for our borders are.
So forget the false narrative of sweeping neighborhoods looking for people of different color than us. Forget that hogwash and look at what we actually did. We're proving it to them. How can you argue with the system we've set up?
Well, straight up, are you going into schools and arresting children at schools?
No.
Is anything like that happening?
No, sir.
Are you going into businesses and sweeping through there and taking anybody with a tan and seeing where they're from?
We go into businesses for a criminal enforcement operation, but again, sweeps don't occur anywhere.
The sweeps are not occurring. You're just not going in like seining for fish in a pond and just picking up. You're going targeted. If a criminal is working in a business and you have to pick them up there, you're going in for that target.
Absolutely.
And what's happening to me, it's
Okay. And then, so we'll continue watching this in a second, but he's saying they're only targeted sweeps. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's someone out there who hasn't fucking killed someone that gets swept up because, you know, they're hanging out with the wrong people. But it's not, they're not going into the schools like all these people are saying they are. Because, you know, if they were in the schools, we would have video of that shit.
Oh yeah.
So these teachers are fucking retarded. And yeah. What were you gonna say, Dom?
But like, if there's like a fucking like, you know, a criminal or like, you know, some kind of illegal alien in there, like fucking has all these records, like, when you want ICE to get him the fuck out of a school, to get him out of there.
Okay, so you say school, and I'm thinking like third graders, right? I'm like, if there's some third grader out there fucking killing people and whatnot, I don't think he's in school.
No, I'm saying like he has like say he works there as like a janitor.
Oh, like a janitor or something?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
If that's the case, then you know what? They need to go and take that entire. They need to take the administration to jail too for questioning of how they hired an illegal immigrant, because that's against the law too. You know?
Yeah, like could you see like some schools like that hiring like, illegal aliens like that? I can see
I wouldn't
like,
be.
yeah.
You know what? It'd probably be like thinking about the implications, because how do you pay that person, right? They're not going to pay him cash, right? Because the schools don't make cash.
Yeah.
So how are you going to pay someone like that? That means they have to get a paycheck. So did you just come up with a way for them to be able to work there illegally and maybe steal an ID or something? Did you do something where there's some sort of money laundering scheme so you'd be able to pay these people? Like, you know what I mean? Like if that's happening, we've got another big issue.
I mean, some of these fucking people are dirty, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Teachers are government employees. I don't trust the government.
Yeah. Oh, were we gonna watch the rest of the video, or was not much happening?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I am going to stop it early because there's a point where he just goes where he's talking to the home base for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what else he's got to say here.
It seems that these politicians are creating what they fear the most, and that is forcing ICE agents into the community where they pick up the target and wind up picking up collaterals that may be around them, as opposed to going to the jail where they just get the target and leave.
That's the game they want to play, and so, you know, game on. We're going to do it. I mean, it's all about public safety. We're going to take that public safety threat off the street by any means necessary. If we can't get in the jail, then we'll go in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and Chris, look, we've got two very high.
That's when he starts talking to the home base about how they're there's for some reason they didn't do it with these other agents, but there's videos of them out on the streets with them making these arrests, and they're like blurring out the border, the agents' faces out, and they talk about how they're like trying to not let all this not let sensitive information get out so that people could possibly like get away.
Yeah, that's Tom Homan. Yeah.
You know, that is one thing that we've kind of been noticing with this second Trump term is everyone is just saying how it is. We're going to watch a bit of that JD Vance interview from last night and a little bit, but yeah, it's nice to see what seems to be a lot of transparency coming from these people.
Do you believe your brother? He said he couldn't hear it. I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to catch up. They're talking about like butter and popcorn. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh,
They give me
yes,
crap because
we were worried,
I hate
Steve. You
corn.
gave a lackluster slag off. Yes, he did. When ICE shows up, these teachers are going to be crying while handcuffed on the ground. Neo can't eat corn. I think that's lame. Are you allergic to corn?
No, I just hate corn.
Oh,
What? I mean, I don't think it's the greatest, but I don't hate it.
a barbecue with a dog, a burger, buttered up corn on the cob, some baked
No,
beans.
not you. No, he's throwing up.
Wow.
I like popcorn or cornbread, but not corn itself.
Okay, cornbread. All
Okay.
right. Cornbread, I guess, could be a substitute for the corn on the cob if you're eating barbecue or something. Buttered, seasoned on the cob or off. Yes.
See, I don't even like corn.
Okay. Ariel, yes. Go complain to Adam about being banned. Free Ariel on the Renaissance.
Free
Nerd
Ariel.
channel.
Kelly eats corn the long way.
Kel or Carl?
Kel.
He said Kelly's corn the long way.
Yeah. I don't eat corn at all.
Steve's asking Carl if he remembers that time they played Contra for like 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. Fuck you guys. Fuck you all. No one's ever allowed to have fun in Chicago.
I'm laughing at Kelly. He says, I eat corn any way I can get it.
What? I don't even want to know. Adam just showed a shot of Sam coming on to him saying that they will be getting a. Oh, Dermy put out a tweet about them getting a coffin for 2.
Yeah.
And yes, that was Tom Homan. That was our border czar.
Getting shit done.
I'm happy now the Dems care about my food cost. That is coming up, good sir. That is coming up. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, so this is another bit that came from Dr. Phil being out in Chicago. I don't think this was in Chicago. I think this was at the border. But he's talking to someone else here about what's going on.
So how do they get out of China?
The cartels facilitate all of that.
They smuggle them out of
They
China?
do. The smugglers are the ones who set up all the travel.
How are Mexican cartels smuggling people out of China?
That's a good question.
I'm not
Magic.
saying I don't believe it, but
Yeah.
that sounds like quite the feat to me. I don't know. Unless China wants it to happen.
Travel. It's once you get to the countries where you don't have the visas, once you get here, that's when they're making it in illegally. But most of their travel is legal travel until they get here.
When they're in China, they don't have the money. Do they get that from the cartel?
They do. They do. The cartels, they facilitate all of that travel.
So
Ariel, are there a lot of Mexicans in China?
they get them the money. So they're in debt to the cartel.
They are.
And then they pay the cartel back how?
Once they get here, they go into the different industries, whether that's the food industry, there's sweatshops in New York City, it's the sex industry as well, but they're forced to pay that money back, and they've got to pay that money back.
And how about the military-aged Chinese men?
We don't know what their purpose is here in the United States, but it's going to be bad.
Are some of them being sent here by China?
We believe so.
And they're spying when they get here?
Whether they're spying, whether they're coming here and just laying.
Now, don't you think China would be able to send people here legally if they wanted spies here?
Easy, yeah.
Like, someone argued that, like, maybe that's why they send all their students here. You know?
Yeah, like in Harvard and shit like that.
Oh, poor Ariel. Her sweatshop's gonna suffer. Dom, what about your sweatshop? I mean, you live in New York. Don't you have one?
Not by me. He said the city. I ain't the city.
In wait for some other purpose. We just don't know. That intelligence just hasn't been developed yet.
Does anybody monitor them? Does anybody follow them?
No.
We don't know where they are.
That's correct. When these people are released, we lose complete contact with them unless they show up to their court appearances. The moment they're released, they disappear into what President Obama termed the shadows of society.
So nobody follows them? Nobody monitors them? Nobody...
We give them dates that they're supposed to show up, but the vast majority will not.
So we have no idea what they're doing.
So yeah, Chinese illegal immigrants, which just seems so fucking weird. Not saying it's not happening, but it just seems so weird.
Like, yeah, he's saying like how Mexico is bringing Chinese people here.
Yeah.
Like how does that whole process work? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell of a process. I mean, they've got to be working with whatever gangs are in China. I don't know how much of the Mexico cartel makes it to China. I don't know. I do know that they're shooting at our border guards. At least that happened once over here within the last 24 hours or so. But that isn't the only thing I've got about the cartel being involved in this stuff. Oh yeah, that was another one of my favorite things. Donald Trump naming the cartels as terrorists.
Yeah.
What took so fucking long? Like,
why didn't he do his first administration?
Well, or Obama, but oh wait, that's right. He likes selling guns to the cartels.
Yeah.
Never mind. Why? Who am I kidding? But I've got another video about the cartels. And this comes from someone who is claiming to have been recently deported.
I think I've seen this, right?
Mr. Trump, me wanna say thank you to you for deportation me to Mexico and give me 1 week's vacation. My boss never give me. Thank you for deportation me back to my country. 1 week I be back in US. Okay? 1 week I be back. My buddies over here, they give me my buddies from the CARTEL. They give me these. Look. I be back 1 week. Look.
That's a United States passport.
Oh, perfect. Yep.
My buddies give me these.
And in border states, you can get a card for a passport and not the book, because you can go back and forth. Like I can get a card passport because I live in Arizona, and I'd be able to go back and forth to Mexico if I needed to. They're also way cheaper than having to pay for the actual book itself. But anyways,
but why would this idiot put it on social media?
These people don't care, dude.
Yeah,
the shit that people put on social media, people don't give a fuck.
He's drawing a lot of attention to himself. I mean, if he really felt confident he can get back in, why would you announce it?
You know, Small Time Republic has an excellent point. If Republicans had done the Fast and Furious gun running operation, we would still hear about it routinely. Yes, that would have never stopped. And we probably wouldn't have Donald Trump as a president, though, either.
Now, do you think he can easily? Oh, we finished the video.
Well, no, it's pretty much over.
Okay. Now,
What
do
were
you
you
think he can easily get back in the country, like he said he could?
So, unless now I wouldn't put it past the cartel, but I mean, if the cartel's got someone on the inside who's printing out these cards, right,
Yeah.
and sending them out to the cartel, and unless the people at the border check were able to tell if this was a fake or not, I think he'd be able to easily get across, get back across the border.
Maybe not that guy because he fucking announced it to the world, but
maybe. But like, how much are they? I guess so. I don't know how much are they paying attention to this kind of shit on social media. You know, like I just don't know how all the inner mechanisms work, and also, the person whoever the Stu Studios guy who put this video out there, he edited it in such a way that you can't see the user's username. And something that I've been liking to do with a lot of these claims from these TikTok videos is I'll go and I'll try and find out roughly what time they actually posted this. Because there's like a lot of people like, look, this Walmart's empty. Donald Trump's ICE raids have gotten rid of all the fucking illegals and now no one's shopping. But they posted it like 3 days before Trump was inaugurated, you know?
yeah,
Stupid shit like that. So I wasn't able to get this guy's username and look up to see, maybe find out when he actually posted it. So it could all just be a bunch of horse shit. But also,
I guess,
what's this guy going to have to do to pay the cartel back? Like they were talking about in that other video that they have to pay the cartel back. And the guy's like, well, they get into the food industry or they work at the sweatshops. They're never going to make enough money to pay back the cartel doing that. So there's got to be something. There's got to be like favors and stuff involved as well, right?
he's giving him his woman to them. I don't know.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotta be some kind of shit that we don't know they're doing.
There you go. The cartel is sending drugs and whatnot to the house. Yep, there you go. You got to fucking be a mule now. Ariel says, "Fuck that! I was just in a Walmart the other day. It's busy as hell."
So that's another problem too. Like we can get Trump could do a good job of getting rid of all these people, but then they can get sickly, just get them right back, and it's kind of like almost defeats the purpose.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see.
Let's see how true that is. Yeah,
it is early into all of this.
Like the whole you bring the Colombia thing up.
Yeah. So do you want? So I know I've got you for limited time. Do you want to talk about the left and JD Vance's interview, because JD Vance and the left complaining about prices kind of go together a little bit, or do you want to talk about Colombia, or do you have enough time to do it all?
We'll go JD Vance. Watch the interview.
Okay. So before we get to JD Vance, it was Carl earlier, because this all ties together. Carl earlier was pointing out about how the left is finally complaining about the price of groceries. And so I brought an example of that. We have this wonderful twat waffle here who has got something to say after 24 hours after Trump has been inaugurated, right? I almost consider inauguration like day 0 because it's only half a day. It's not a full day. Yeah. And even then he spends like 50% of the rest of his day doing celebration type things.
Oh yeah. I don't even know how he did all that shit staying up.
I know.
At his age.
It's day 1 of Donald Trump's administration, no. So let's just take a look at how things are going already.
Yes, they're going fantastic.
We are going to listen to the genius Harry Sisson.
God, this guy's an idiot.
He's going to tell us how great of a job Trump is doing, right?
Oh God.
Going already. Egg prices have not come down. Gas prices have not come down. Housing prices have not come down. Grocery prices have not come down. This is after Donald Trump said that the effect of his policies would be felt almost immediately. Trump also threatened war.
24 hours. 24 fucking hours.
I was going to say,
Disingenuous
when did this
piece
guy
of
record this?
cock-sucking shit. The whitest
The
man.
whitest man in America. Yeah. That's a good.
Or with Panama during his inauguration speech. And just now, Elon Musk did a German World War II
Oh
salute.
my God, you're
catching
so
my vibe.
disingenuous, you freaking idiot.
Oh my God.
That's no man. Yes.
Yeah,
I did a video on the Elon Musk thing.
and so did Kamala and all your Democrat buddies too. I saw those pictures online.
Fucking piece of shit.
While he was speaking at one of Donald Trump's inauguration events. So if you're MAGA and you voted for this, congratulations, you got played. You got played.
No,
Hold on a second.
I still have no regrets.
What kind of 20-something-year-old has to put on glasses to read something?
I was wearing glasses in my 20s.
Well, I was wearing glasses when I was in 3rd grade, but I was wearing glasses all the time, not just to read something like an old man. I don't know. I feel like there's a difference when when your eyes are actually bad versus like when all of a sudden you can't see things up close. I don't know. Usually I feel like that's an older type of thing.
I mean, this guy is he is pretty stupid, but do you think he does this stuff like for attention and shit like that?
It's because he's a paid shill.
Are you asking me if he purposely made this video so that people like me would play this video on our shows so that we could call him a giant cocksucking piece of shit?
Basically.
That'd be really gay of him.
He says a lot of stupid
He does
shit.
get a lot of engagement.
Yes.
Played. Donald Trump and his team are not doing any of the things that they promised they would do.
They are.
They just completely played you and lied to you. Donald Trump.
This also lies into the narrative. Remember this, because we've got some stuff about the narrative shifting and the questions I have about that. And
he's done more than like 4 days than your buddy Joe.
Yeah, he annihilated Joe Biden. And Kamala Harris would not have come close to getting anything done except for probably getting more fucking socialism / commie bullshit going. We don't have to worry about only owning EVs by what, 2034 or some shit like that? Was that what the plan was?
I think it was 2030.
2030 is your state. I think it was 2034 for the rest of the country. And they were going to charge everyone a fucking tax if you still drove a combustible engine.
That's freaking insane.
That was 10 years from now. He stopped that.
Trump thinks that government is a game that he can just play with, and we're seeing that right now. Trump hasn't even been in office for 24 hours, and we're already being embarrassed on the world stage. We tried to warn.
We were embarrassed on the world stage for 4 years with Biden.
What a fucking faggot.
Oh my God, this guy needs such a freaking punch in the face.
That was on the world stage. Dude, every press conference Biden did, he fucking stumbled. He couldn't say a fucking word. You know, it's like you get those clips every single time, like you laugh, but after a while, like you get it, like, this guy's a fucking president. I'm like, God.
Isn't it a well-known fact that like Biden shit himself in front of the Pope or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Like that happened.
Yes.
That wasn't tabloid bullshit. That happened.
Now, does he actually believe his own BS, or is he just saying it because he gets paid?
I think that's it.
You know what? I think so. In order to be a liberal, you have to lie to yourself. And I think he has lied to himself enough at this point that he has developed fucking mental fucking brain issues. And so, yes, he does believe his own bullshit now.
Where the hell did he even come from anyway? Like he just popped up.
That's a good question.
Oh, he was propped up bullshit from the left. Like he gets paid by Act Blue. Like Act Blue pays his management company that he works for. So he got propped up by some management company and all that to top it off. But yeah, he gets paid by the fucking Democrats. Which means any money you donated to help relieve the firefighting in California to fucking Karen Bass or Gavin Newsom, you might be helping pay Harry Sisson.
God.
So the left has been going on and on about how the eggs aren't any cheaper yet. Way to go, guys.
He's been fucking.
But it's not just morons on TikTok.
He's embarrassing us.
We've got morons on the mainstream news saying the same shit.
Oh, no.
You campaigned on lowering prices for consumers. We've seen all of these executive orders. Which one lowers prices?
We have done a lot, and there have been a number of executive orders that have caused already jobs to start coming back into our country, which is a core part of lowering prices. More capital investment, more job creation in our economy is one of the things that's going to drive down.
Hold on, real quick. I don't think we ever see $2 a gallon of milk ever again. What we're going to see is wages increase. It's not going to be what the people are looking for. Anyhow, that out of the way.
Prices for all consumers, but also raise wages so that people can afford to buy the things that they need. If you look at our slate of executive orders, no, Margaret, prices are going to come down, but it's going to take a little bit of time, right? The president has been president for all of 5 days. I think that in those 5 days, he's accomplished more than Joe Biden did in 4 years. It's been an incredible breakneck pace of activity. We're going to work with Congress. We're, of course, going to have more executive orders, and we're going to try the way that your lower prices is that you encourage more capital investment into our country. And yes,
which Trump is doing by crazy amounts, getting that capital investment. But that I used to know that woman's name, that reporter's name. I can't remember it anymore.
Yeah,
she is insufferable. We do have another clip from him. Let's catch up with chat real quick. I've seen it's been going off here. So the glasses were for dramatic effect.
Margaret Brennan?
I think the glasses are fake because these fucking Zoomers wear fake glasses. What was that?
Was it Margaret Brennan?
Maybe. That name sounds familiar. Kel thinks Harry Sisson has lost eyesight because too many loads in the eyes.
That checks out.
I think this is a good theory. Why aren't egg prices down after 2 days? How are they only half the war's over yet? Yeah. But you know what? We haven't heard anything about any wars, have we?
No.
I mean,
Cash thinks we should deport Harry Sisson.
Deport, yes.
He might be British.
I'm good with that. I mean, we're talking about ending a war in fucking Ukraine and Russia. Potentially.
No, his unfortunate name is Harry Sisson. Sisson. So yes, Harry Sissy.
Harry Sissy. It's the same thing.
Except he can't grow any hair.
That's right.
Especially down south.
Kind of like Dermy in that manner. Sorry, Ariel. Ariel says she felt her IQ drop during that video.
Yes. I think we all felt the same.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having heard it.
I had no idea what you were playing, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I know, it was perfect. His face wasn't in the first frame. I was like, yeah, that's great.
That was we're playing this. I don't want to say that.
I'm not ignoring you, Ariel. I'm just trying to get through stuff and I go back over chat.
Yeah. That's what Zach does. He ignores me too.
Shut up.
I feel your pain.
Did you guys catch any of the rest of that JD Vance interview?
No.
So
there was like another good clip of it.
I've got another clip here, and this one's about the illegals.
I think this is the one.
Let me double check here. Oh, look who it is.
Oh my goodness, Shock is here.
I might have to stay another hour.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's 8:30, Shock. Where you been?
Feeling like shit and napping. Sorry, I'm late.
Are you did you get the diseases from Neo now?
Yeah. I don't really know. Everyone around me is sick, and then I'll just kind of feel really tired one day, and then the next day I feel good, and I'm just like, I haven't gotten sick, and I'm surrounded by sick people. Like, I don't know. It's this thing called the immune system, maybe.
That also happens. I feel like that happens a lot when you work around people who work around sick people.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
I never get sick, so it was really crazy that I was out of commission for like 2.5 days this week. It never happens.
When I get sick, it's it's like a fever, and I'll like hallucinate and sleep like literally all day and be in and out, and then like I'll like speed run a flu.
That's the only time I ever call myself sick is when I have a fever. If I have a cold and I've just got like a lot of snot or anything,
I don't consider that either.
Yeah.
Like during the height of COVID, like did you guys get COVID bad or no?
I had COVID bad once.
Yeah, the first time I got it was pretty bad for me.
Oh, dude, no, dude. So that's what's like.
I don't think
my
I got COVID.
My company like
was
so over this bullshit because in the beginning, right in 2020, the people who got it were sick for like 6 months. And it was kind of scary that they were like gonna die. Like it was bad in the beginning. And then when Omicron came out, like my boss who was sick for like 8 months, right? When Omicron came, I was like, oh, it looks like I'm sick, and I tested, and like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Like you're fine, go work. I was sick for 8 months. The stuff's over. Get back to work. It was so funny. Like I and Jacob almost died. All right, dude, you can fucking go to work.
When I got COVID the first time, I like didn't have any problems breathing or anything. I just fucking hurt. I couldn't move. Like
I don't see during the Omicron stuff, I had a bad fever for a day, and I don't even know if it was COVID. I just had a bad achy fever, and I slept all day, and I hallucinated. Then I woke up. I'm like, oh, okay, that was it. I'm good.
Yeah, who knows what we had?
I think, yeah, I don't know. But in the beginning, it was serious.
Yes, but it was serious for me. Yes,
glad you.
I was in bed.
Lived. That's the thing about Omicron. It was just like, dude, the stuff's over. I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm the Omicron opinion virus. It's not that bad. But yeah, it was bad in the beginning. Glad you're healthy.
Too bad Shock wasn't here for that clip.
What did I miss?
The Henry.
We just watched Henry Sisson.
That's it. That's it.
Oh God, I'm good.
Harry? I thought his name was Harry.
Harry.
Harry, yeah.
You want to rewatch it? No.
I hate that dude. I thought he got exposed and he gave up, and then he got paid again.
Dom, I would normally do that to you, but I don't think Ariel would let me do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, Ariel's nice.
For Ariel's sake.
Ariel's already saying she's going retarded from watching that clip. I don't think.
For Ariel's sake, I we don't do it. She called me Dominatrix, so. Hail Ariel.
Hail Ariel.
But we do have another excellent clip
Yeah.
from that JD Vance interview.
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted. In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted and then were literally planning terrorist attacks on our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals have been properly vetted.
But there are 30,000 people in the pipeline.
Okay, we're gonna keep watching it, but just listen to her. Listen.
We all get it. Yeah.
Afghan refugees.
But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people. And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugee programs, we absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country.
These people
it's
are
not
vetted.
good.
These people are vetted.
Just like the guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted, and many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly he wasn't. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking based as fuck.
True that.
Right.
It's like, why are they always like on the side of the illegals, the criminals? It's like, no, don't say bad things about the criminals. We need a white knight for them.
Don't call them illegal aliens.
So Shock's favorite streamer, Asmongold.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were talking about Nico Lowell. Fuck. You're talking about Mexicans and favorite streamer. I thought you bring up Nico Lowell.
No, Asmongold
Yeah,
said
but-
that interview could make him president.
Still got a lot of time.
Yeah, there's plenty of time, but he definitely
a lot can happen.
That was a great interview by him.
Yes,
now
100%.
So that the energy that interviewer had is what we have been seeing for a long time when they interview people with a conservative leaning in politics, right? The very kind of like aggressive and whatnot, but yet also like being a fucking just being a bitch, right? Like lying about these people have been vetted, and he's like, well, yes, okay, they've technically been vetted with air quotes, but maybe they haven't been vetted well enough, and yet she insists on being a fucking cunt and trying to prove some point. Do you think people are getting tired of that energy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like in a vacuum, right? I talked to someone who's genuinely left leaning, right? And then they would say, hey, look, I want people in the country, and yes, I want them screened and vetted and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, I'm just gonna take you for your word for it. It's very clear that they're choosing who comes in here or not. It is domestic terrorism by our own government. I'm much more like willing to just believe that at this point, because it is every time. Every time they're connected to someone in the deep state, in the military, in the government. There's too much coincidences here at this point where we just start thinking, is the government really like that retarded, or are they doing it on purpose?
Yeah, the whole, and they were known to the FBI.
yeah, they were on their radar, or
it's like, gee, what a surprise! You did nothing about it. Is it incompetence or is it?
That's the word. Is it competence or is it on purpose? Because at this point, like, I'm willing to. I understand, like, oh well, these policies are important, yada yada yada. Even though I don't like immigration, or the right doesn't like immigration. It's like, okay, cool. Well, you can't even do your own policies right, so it must be deliberate.
I'm just realizing I forgot to tweet out the show again.
So I mean, this is the right and the left, right? So the left will like be told the truth, right? And they'll go, and they don't know what to say. And then the right goes viral when they say the mean thing that everyone's afraid to say, and then they just call them cruel and mean and heartless. Those are like the sides of the two coins.
So,
wait, could you explain? I saw this going around. Sorry, what Kel wrote. The Port Margaret, like what? I saw people writing that. What's the context of that?
That interviewer name's Margaret.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering the same.
And at the end of that, he says, "I don't care, Margaret." And everyone
does he really? Wait, go back.
Yeah, here, I'll pull it back up.
Okay, Asmongold's right. He's president.
Okay, yeah. Let me pull this right back here.
Oh, yeah. See, everyone's gonna. It doesn't matter. People. I'll let it run. Hell, we had 7 seconds. You hoe! How dare you?
All right, now here it is.
While he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
Yeah.
Mark, they smashed right after this. I'm willing to bet.
Yeah, right. He is not giving up that wife that he's got.
Yeah. Margaret's like, no one's ever talked to me that way before. I like it. It's so misogynist.
Everyone just
no
lets
one's ever told me no before.
Yeah. No one's ever told me no before. Little slap on the bottom. That's all women want. So I hate that people are just kind of very like strung up on the narrative that Trump's mean and he says the naughty things, and that's what's like, well, I agree with his policies, but he's a naughty boy. It's like, why is that such a big deal to you at this point? But if the narrative is that JD Vance is the more like polite and composed Trump, and everyone has that opinion going in, and he's still willing to like tell a woman, calm your tits, lady. Yeah. Like I'm starting to like him by the day. Yeah.
He's got to carry that MAGA line though. Like we need to continue leaning into more libertarian things. Like be about the freedom. Don't become a fucking neocon.
It's the next generation of conservatism, I think, at this point. And it needs to dominate the Republican Party because it's still a bunch of, uniparty cronies.
He still compared Trump to Hitler.
I know. Yeah.
So I like Vance right now. I don't know if I like Vance in 4 years.
Dude, bro, a year is a long time. 2 years ago, we thought DeSantis would be the guy.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
A lot can happen.
A lot can happen in a year.
So I asked you guys earlier, like, do you see people getting tired of this energy? And I think everyone is feeling this shift, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, everyone talks about it, the cultural shift, whatever you want to fucking call it. Things seem different this time around. And so I've got some clips from some fuckers that are kind of pointing that out as well. Where did that one go? You dirty son of a bitch. Did I move it? Hold on. I want to play this one first before I play the other one. But these are two frequent visitors of Monday Night Bloodbath. Shock, can you
What'd I do?
predict who they are?
Say it one more time. Sorry.
Huh?
So what was the question again?
Can you predict who these two frequent visitors of the Monday Night Bloodbath are?
I go AOC.
Those are people that we make fun of all the time.
These are not politicians.
Oh, not Paul. Okay.
Oh.
They are well-known celebrities, shall we say.
I just woke up for a nap. It's a bad time for me.
All right, fine.
Damn, I'm the guest.
Not the View. No, we don't talk about the View.
No.
Much. Oh, this fucking more. It's actually been a minute.
It has been a little while since we've
been a minute.
Caught up with Mr. Michael Rappaport here.
I came to the conclusion that this dude got wired a lot of money because his opinions are so whiplashed. It was left and right and left and right.
Yeah, he changed a lot, didn't he?
Good night, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
Well, the October 7th thing happened, and he saw the entire left become fucking terrorist Hamas supporters.
That
like,
was
what
true.
The hell is going on?
That was true, and the same happened with Ethan Klein, where Ethan Klein was bro, I like universal health care. I like the welfare state. I think taxes do good thing. Therefore, I'm on the left, right? Oh my God, they all hate Jews. It's like they get blindsided all of a sudden by what the left's become.
So let's hear what he's got to say. Tell me if you guys want to say something. Tell me when to stop it.
Yep.
Cadaver Joe Biden, smoking Joe Biden, pardon Dr. Fauci. Why
would him sound cool? He's still making him sound cooler than he is. He's smoking. His brain's smoking.
Cadaver Joe Biden, pardon the world's most famous doctor, and there's a lot of famous doctors. There's Dr. J, there's Dr. Pepper, Dr. Scholes, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Strangelove, Dr. Feelgood. Why would you pardon
Dr. Phil?
Dr. Fauci?
Yeah, where's Phil?
What kind of a doctor has a pardon? When I go to a doctor's office and I look on their wall while I'm waiting to have my consultation, I want to see degrees. This medical school, he went to a Columbia Medical School,
Hold on.
Cornell
Obviously, he didn't watch the documentary that Disney made of him.
Oh, right.
Where his daughter came out. I was like, everyone's so mean to my daddy, and everyone wants to say Dr. Fauci, but I know him as Silly Fauci, Silly Daddy.
Oh
My
my
daddy's a good. I'm like, I'm not. The world is not doubting you're a good father, but you're an evil man. Okay, what the fuck is this shit?
Wait, was that actually from Disney?
Yeah, Disney did. That was on Disney. Well, it was on Disney Plus.
Okay, I forgot
Don't
that
forget
that existed. I didn't
ABC
watch it, of course. But
Disney owns ABC as well.
Okay, then yeah, it's Disney. Yeah, this point.
They also own ESPN.
Oh, just like that. What was that? We should pull up the Schoolhouse Rock song or whatever, where they talk about all the media companies owning each other.
Oh yeah. I should have that saved somewhere, but I don't.
the tech oligarchs.
I can't wait to
Medical
show that
school.
to my kid when he's like 2. It needs to be burned in his brain.
That might be a little bit advanced for.
No, it's never too early. We're
No,
going to
never
read him The
too
Hobbit,
early to
and then
teach
I'm going to
him
show him
corruption.
Schoolhouse Rock.
He studied this kind of medicine, that kind of medicine. I want to see pictures of him on vacation with his kids. I want to see a picture of him with his grandkids in Aruba. I want to see success. I don't want to look up on the wall and go, what is it? A pardon? I don't want my doctor to have a pardon letter on his wall. Why the f*** would you pardon Dr. Fauci? What the f*** did Dr. Fauci do to us? When I go into a doctor's office, I don't want anything. When I'm going into my colonoscopy, if I'm laying down about to get my colonoscopy and I'm looking up at the doctor and I see a pardon, a letter of pardon, I'm like, what the fuck did you do? Why you got that letter up there? Stop. Stop the procedure. Stop. I'm getting up off the table. You're getting heart surgery and they give you that medicine, that Michael Jackson. The last thing you want to see before you go out to get heart surgery, brain surgery, kidney transplant, or anything is a letter of pardoning from your doctor. What the f*** did Dr. Fauci do that he needs pardoning? If he didn't do anything, he wouldn't need pardoning.
Yeah.
Whoever thought Michael Rappaport would be the voice of reason?
And be funny at this. That was hilarious. Dr. Pepper is the GOAT. Dr. Phil comes second. I'm gonna be real. Dr. Phil's only the second best doctor.
Nah, I think Dr. Feelgood is the best doctor.
Over Dr. Pepper, my ass.
I love Dr. Pepper.
Hell yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
your
I'm with
favorite
John.
doctor, Neo?
I said Dr. Feelgood because I love Motley Crue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good one. Dang it. Okay, Dr. Phil's 3.
But yeah,
Dr. Pepper is good though. It's
He
not one of
asked-
my favorites, but I do like it.
he was asking a lot of good questions. Why would a doctor need a pardon? But
Yep.
Because he's
I
fucking guilty.
I show this as this shift in energy and things that are happening. I want to find a different word that from shift because this is what everyone's saying, right?
Pencil neck.
Well, you know what? I think it really started when
There we go.
it really started when a lot of people were they were waiting for the verdict on all of Trump's. It went to like a grape case, and then there was a hush money case, and then there was the stuff in Georgia, and they were like, guys, Donald Trump, he's getting convicted and he's a bad guy, but when are they gonna tell us what he did? And then they never did, and they were like, I want to know what crime he committed. I don't like him. I'm sure he committed a crime of some kind, but why can't they just tell us what it is? And the other side were just like, because he didn't commit any. But that kind of like awareness started happening kind of early for the other side. With that moment, I as I recall. What the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Stuff like that I just don't acknowledge.
Yeah. That's a first for me.
yes.
Anyhow, so yeah, like I said, I was bringing that as like the shift. I have another example by someone else who frequents this show. Chuck, take a guess
Oh, the next guy you play,
on the next guy I've got.
a celebrity.
Yes.
The next guy.
De Niro?
No. The what's his name with the HBO show?
HBO show?
He has the HBO show. He's the
Game of Thrones?
No, he has the talk show, the HBO talk show. I forgot
Oh,
his name.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
What's his name again?
Think of someone he would have as a guest.
Joe Rogan?
No, he would have as
He's
a
thinking
guest.
Bill Maher.
Oh, I was thinking Bill Maher. That was
Bill Maher? I had
Maher
no
was my
idea
guess.
his show was on
Bill
HBO.
Maher is in this clip, but it's not him.
Oh, Patrick Pat David.
No, fuck.
PDD.
All right.
I was
This
Colbert.
Bill Maher.
Colbert. It's
Colbert.
No.
Oh.
It's he's not the one who's talking in this.
Okay, he's on Bill Maher's show.
It's not Colbert.
Here's the deal.
Oh,
man,
God dang it! What are you doing?
Sports guy.
Oh man,
He was convicted.
Also, side note, this guy here was on Timcast the night before he was on Bill Maher.
Oh, that I was gonna say that guy looks familiar.
Yeah, he's a congressman.
Oh, is this the Kamala thing?
I think so. Yeah. Kinda, yeah.
He was convicted on 34 felony counts. And the American people still said, he's closer to normal than what we see. Exactly. Left. That's what they're saying. He's closer to normal. Why? Because something that pertains, when you talk about the transgender community, for example, and you're talking about the issues that pertain to less than 1% of the population, the Democratic Party came across as if that was a priority more so than the other issues. And so he comes into office. Now you're talking about childbirth, citizenship, and what have you. He knows that's not going to pass the mustard, but he knows that he made that promise. So when he shows up week 1 on Capitol Hill and he says, this is what we're going to do through an executive order, even though it's going to be shot down through the courts and what have you, he's saying,
not necessarily true. There's only been one thing that I think that's been challenged to the courts, and that is the birthright citizenship.
So just reminder, retrospective. The reason why people are attacking the Democrats now is not because they're disappointed in their leadership. It's because it's an opportunity to point out they're not progressive enough for them. It's not like they actually would. It's like, yeah, I voted for Trump because I agree with his policies. No. It's the left's not progressive enough. Next time we have to go harder because they want reparations. They want free healthcare. They want all that shit. And he being a TV personality, especially 2016, that was like the buzzword. You were blowing up on Facebook if you talked about free healthcare and that it's a human right and shit. And that's who these people are. And especially the older people. They don't actually pay attention to like the wave of like public discourse on the internet. They just know what was popular in 2012, 2014. And they're just going to repeat Democrats aren't progressive enough.
So I'm going to play the rest of this video and everyone's going to realize why Shock's on this show.
I kept my promise. A lot of other things that he's going to point to that he's going to try to do. I kept my promise. Then you turn around and you look at the left and you say, what promises did you keep? Now, you might know the answer to that. I'm certainly not questioning your knowledge about that at all. What I'm saying is what resonated with the voter. What voter out there can look at the Democratic Party at this moment in time and say, there's a voice for us, somebody that speaks for us, that goes up on Capitol Hill and fights the fights that we want them fighting on our behalf. They didn't do that. And that's why their behinds are home. And that man is back into the White House, and they want to sit up there and talk. You look at the networks right now; they're talking about him. Look at it. This is the latest. Look at him. Here he goes again. Well, you know what here he goes again means? He's doing what he said he was going to do. He promised you he was going to do these things, and he walked into office week 1, and that's exactly what he's doing. And he's saying, y'all do something about it. And when you try to do something about it, he's going to say, look at them now. Now they're concerned about these issues. Were they talking about that during the campaign? Hell no. That's really it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is all just to be popular on daytime television. It's not even, I don't like making things like about race. It's not about him trying to appeal to black people. It's suburban welfare people in cities, poor people in cities. That's who the mainstream media targets. It's not anything to do with anything with race. They want to appeal to the people on welfare that need to victimize themselves and look for the government for help, even though they get paid millions and pensions from Fox and these other companies and shit. It's all popularity contest.
So did Stephen A. Smith, did he vote for Kalma?
Yes.
He's voting, yeah.
Even though he said a lot of good things, he said a lot of nice things about Trump.
I know, leading up to it, yeah.
Well, on Patrick Pat David's show, did you ever watch that?
No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was on that, yeah.
He was on that show, and he had a lot of nice things to say about Trump. He also said, there's only one thing that I know for damn certain. Joe Biden didn't get 69 million votes.
81 million votes?
81 million votes, sorry. He was like, no, one thing's for sure. He did not get 80 million votes.
It's like he's
Yeah.
playing both. It's like he's playing both sides almost. Like
Stephen A. Smith is definitely trying to appease his lost viewership.
I do think it's a bit of apathy that conservatives or the right kind of get what they want with their, political figures, and yet the left has to pretend they're all cool with the cronyism just to say blue won, but they actually want the progressive shit, and they're not going to get it because they're smart enough not to implement it, but they half-ass it. But that's just me being really nice.
You think that they're doing that out of apathy?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I think it makes sense.
Yeah, because they're miserable.
It goes back to the campaign when everyone was asking, okay, so what's Kamala's greatest achievement?
She's not Republican.
She's black. She's a woman.
That too, yeah.
Sucking dick.
Yeah, that was the next one. Yes.
That's something to vote for.
Getting on her knees. She doesn't need knee pads anymore. She's got them calluses worn in.
God, I was talking to my dad about politics. He keeps calling him. He keeps calling her Pamela. Pamela. And that dumbass Pamela. No, nobody gonna vote for Pamela.
How's he get? How does he correlate that?
Huh?
How does he get Pamela?
Because he doesn't care. Because nobody knows who she is.
Exactly. No one had a fucking clue who she was, even when she was the goddamn senator of California.
Yeah, no one did. That's what Trump said.
I don't think I ever heard her name until she was vice president.
No shit.
Vice president.
She was fucking senator of your state.
That's what Trump said, because Trump's like, I like to be respectful and I like to call them by their last name, Miss Harris, Mr. Biden. No one knows who Miss Harris is. I have to say Kamala. Because nobody knows who she is.
He wasn't wrong either. He wasn't wrong.
Biden doesn't care who she is. He didn't know who she was.
So I have a theory. It hasn't happened. Surprisingly, we've been 1 week, almost one full week into deportations, right? Those started Tuesday, the day after. So tomorrow would make it 1 full week. We haven't gotten any crazy trying to push some fake fucking narrative from the mainstream media. Now we've got the people on TikTok, but that's not gaining any traction online, right? Like you guys didn't even know the teachers were out there putting videos saying that they were ready for them to come take their kids, right? Like you got no one's seen any of those videos. Apparently, only I have, because I have weird algorithm.
Well, the first round of the deportees were going to be the ones that the federal government were already housing, and they already know where they are, right? And they're in these like abandoned like hotels and shit in New York, or like buildings in Chicago, where they're all already government owned and ran. Now it's going to be actually finding the ones that are more integrated into society.
Well, so
in New York City.
They've only arrested, what was it? I showed it at the beginning of the show.
Oh, it was like over.
They've arrested just under 1,200 people.
Jeez.
So that's really not a whole lot.
No, it's not.
And they're talking about they want to get those numbers up exponentially through the next few weeks.
500 a day, I think.
300 today in Chicago.
So,
well, it's kind of hard, like, because like the local officials and state are not allowed to work with them, right?
Yeah. Oh, they don't have to.
There's certain other places, and then they don't have to. But I want to ask you guys, if you were to predict, what do you think would be like the first quote unquote scandal the mainstream is going to try to push in order to try and shift the narrative back to their side?
Oh, to make like ICE look at the bad guys, right?
That's why I am totally fine.
Maybe not even ICE, but just the Trump, for lack of a better term, regime.
I think slow and steady is just fine, because I do not want another like Chauvin shit where, you know what I mean, or it's all controversial and all that stuff. Just no questions asked. Get there, prosecute them how you need to do it. Because well, you know what? I think to what you keep what you keep asking us is the fatigue of all this. If there was another video of police brutality, do you think even that has fatigue at this point?
Neo, I feel like you have an answer for that.
Sorry, I have an answer for your question, not what Shock was just saying.
Yo, go for it. Just say which one, man.
Oh, because I've just refreshed my timeline. One of the things at the top here is from N Wokeness, and Caitlin Collins tries to turn into a scandal that ICE is entering schools.
Okay, yeah. I wonder if
it was posted 17 minutes ago. That's hilarious.
I wonder if maybe I'm just a few days too early noticing that before it hits the mainstream. That will be curious. Maybe it's the ICE in the schools bullshit.
I think it's got to be a video. But even then, there was a video of an ISIS guy arresting a dude, and then he said, "Yo, man, fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yo, Biden and Obama forever."
I'm not going back to Haiti.
I ain't going back to Haiti. And that
are.
is the reply to any police brutality that comes out when it comes to these arrests. Just show that these are the people being arrested. By the way, I ain't go back to Haiti.
What about you, Dom?
Like it's gonna be something like crazy on video. Like, so they're sticking to the criminals right now. Like, so like what Shock was saying, like I would stick slow and steady. Like I wouldn't go with the families with the women or children. Stick with the criminals. But yeah, they'll probably look to see like
it has been
they gets like they record something out of context and say, oh, like they were being a little rough with them and they fucking punched them too hard or shit like that.
Yeah. For the Trump's team for the last week.
Yeah.
Right? It has been fucking smooth
no controversy at all.
Nothing. No media attacks of any sort. Vance is laying out reporters fucking left and right. Like, it has been smooth sailing. They have got to be trying to come up with conjure up something.
Something's bound to happen.
I have no idea what it is. Maybe it's this school thing. They're gonna kind of like how they one of the first things that they did last time was the kids in cages, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they try and lean into that kind of idea with the kids and everything.
They've already lost that because every time they go like, well, you're going to separate kids from people that you're deport. It's like, no. Yeah. We separated kids that were coming into the country. But now we deport all of them together. We don't want to separate families, and we want to make sure.
Yeah,
like they've already lost that argument months ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean everyone is aware of what's been said, right?
That's true.
Now back to what Shock was asking: do you think police brutality, that kind of stuff would even matter? Are the average Joe going to fall for that kind of rhetoric again? I don't know.
I think they could.
I would like to say no that we've gotten over this, but people are dumb. So
yes,
I can kind of see if another Chauvin happened and like Fox News and even like the NBA and the NFL like reboot up BLM 2.0, but with like the Mexicans or the Haitians, right, or whatever, because they're not freaking Mexicans, they're Haitians. I do think that would just kind of kill a lot of that. That would kill sports again. The people, like many people, are starting to watch sports again, regardless of what's happened the last few years. And I think if they pulled another campaign like that, they would lose so much.
I'd take a big hit, yeah.
And they wouldn't
worse.
And they wouldn't retain all the Taylor Swift fans because who knows how long they're gonna watch for. But
you know what? So to your point, Shock, if they did something like that, you know what? Sunday, we were all in a Discord hanging out watching football, but you know what? We were talking more about random shit while the game was on. We didn't even need the football there. So yeah, they're at if the professional sports leagues went on some fucking virtue signaling tour like that again, I think you're absolutely right. People don't need sports.
No.
To be entertained.
Of course not.
Yep. And I think that's why it's like people complain about like
in 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know. It is fun to get back into, but people always criticize like YouTube channels. It's like, why would you listen to like the same YouTube channel complain about Star Wars over and over again? And it's like, well, you know what else am I gonna watch? I just want something on while I'm doing the dishes, and I'm tired of being pandered to with progressive messaging and bullshit where I could just watch Jeremy,
like
be a retard.
Yes, like something like you like a nice noise in the background sometimes, or something like to put on in the gym or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Don't watch Jeremy. Watch this show.
Yeah. Fuck Jeremy.
But yeah, this is the priority right here.
This is so much better than Cobra Cast. Come on now.
Yes.
That's right. Oh, you said Jeremy. You said Dermy.
I said Jeremy.
I
thought you said. I thought you said. I thought you said Dormy too.
I heard.
I heard Jeremy.
Okay.
Two and
Fuck,
two.
fuck both of them.
I was tracking with you, Static.
Like both of them.
Which is gay?
I can find. Yeah.
Jeremy's live right now, isn't he?
Probably.
Did you guys see
It's
the San
Cobra Cast
Diego?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the San Diego traffic?
San Diego traffic?
Yeah,
No,
the
not in
border
San Diego.
going in to Mexico.
Oh,
It's packed. It has been packed to get into Mexico the past few days
because people are self-deporting.
And that's another thing. I like the slow and steady ice, like
Yes.
way to go, because
Keep it
all it
simple.
is, because it's just like what was it? Was it Italy? No, Greece. It was Greece where they argue about like what's a little fence gonna do? Like they could still just jump the fence. It's like, yeah, but if you have a sign that says don't jump the fence, a lot of people aren't gonna do it. So now that we have an actual authority in the office and they're seeing that they're deporting the people already, and most people are, I'm gonna get out of here because like you know what I mean? Most people are gonna see a sign that says don't do this, majority not gonna do it.
Well, it's the exact argument about I have a door on my house. Most people are not going to come through that door uninvited. The vast majority of people are not going to come through that door uninvited.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's unlocked.
Yeah. So there's just science behind that.
There's science. Yeah, very true. But just the authority of, hey, this is not the Biden regime. We're not just letting people in here anymore. Most people are going to be like, got it, out the door.
All right. I've got two more bits. We've got Colombia. Are you going to bounce out, Dom?
Yeah, I'm going to take off now. I need to get off work soon.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Go follow Dom H on the Twitters. Maybe one day he'll have his own channel if he feels like that's something he wants to do.
Maybe.
But
Yeah,
I've got. Oh, okay, cool. Shock just put it in the private chat. I also have it in the description. It is actually in the description this time.
Nice.
Yeah.
YouTube hasn't fucked me over like they did last time.
Yeah, I'm always hanging out with these guys with their gaming streams and stuff like that. You can find me there too. So,
yeah, go follow Dom. I'm pretty sure everyone here already is. But yeah, go follow Dom. Dom, anything you want to say before you go?
Nah, not much. I said it all. But then, yeah, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see you around.
I will say it's great to have a real president back in office. That's
Hell
what I would
yeah.
say.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good night, Dom.
Yeah, thanks,
Good chatting
everyone.
with you,
Good night.
Dom.
Yeah, good chatting to you.
Later, dude. Yeah, respect the truckers, man. The real workers in America that make the world go round.
Dom actually has a cool job.
Yeah.
If I had to drive around in something all day, that wouldn't be bad. It's got a terrible, what's it called? Cliche.
Yeah. Huh.
So we've got the Columbia stuff. I want to go over the Columbia stuff, and then I kind of want to finish on the Pete Hegseth thing for reasons that I'll explain when we get there. But so you guys heard about the Columbia stuff, right? We sent 2 planes down to Colombia full of immigrants, and the Colombian president was like, "You can't land here."
Oh,
Trump was all like, 25% tariffs, 50% tariffs in a week.
Dang.
And all these visas, you're all going back home. Like that's pretty much what he was saying. He's like, you know what? Fine. Fuck you.
So is
25 minutes later, the president of Colombia is offering to send his plane to bring more people back.
Oh, okay. So Salvador or whatever isn't the only country that's like complying.
Yes.
Wow,
What'd
there's
you call it?
more.
Salvadoria?
Because they were like the only ones that were like complying for a bit. Like, yeah, all the criminals are gone. We'll buy back our citizens.
What country was that?
Salvador.
Salvadoria?
Huh? El Salvador, or whatever.
Okay, it was like Salvadoria.
the
Salvadorian people.
The Mexican people call it Salvadora, I believe. They end it with an A.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's too many ways.
I've never heard of a country called Salvadoria.
There's too many ways to call it. Everyone calls it whatever. It's the Salvador people. Whatever. They make good basole.
So everyone's kind of familiar with that story, Trump being a badass. And I also heard even after that, Colombia has said that they're going to put 25% tariffs on America now. I haven't been able to vet that. That's something I saw. And so that makes me wonder if the tariffs aren't going to stay on Colombia. But there's something I wanted to point out that I don't think many people saw. So the White House put out a letter after he had changed his mind. And part of his penance for, trying to screw with Trump, he had to repost the White House statement. So you see here, the government of Colombia has agreed to all of President Trump's terms. And then this is the White House letter. And you see here it is. He retweeted it.
Interesting.
Because Trump had to, Trump was probably like, you know what, you're going to make sure that everyone knows this. And so he put out his own statement. And then also,
because
retweet theirs.
That's the leap of faith, especially like, you got to realize like most companies and it is true with America, of course, but not to the extent that other companies or other countries. Other countries like corporations or companies either rely on American corporations or their own government. So it's a bit of a leap of faith to put these tariffs on countries like Canada, for example, right? Because I do a lot of work with Canada. It's to the point where they'll tariff the country. And then they'll say that they can't do it. And then, oh, shoot. Sorry, I got to do something real quick.
What?
Sorry, I lost my thought. What was I saying? Oh, my bad. Okay, it was the point where the country says, we're not going to pay your tariffs, yada, yada, yada. And then it's the corporations that go to the government and say, well, we can't lose business either. So you're just going to have to take less taxes because we're not going to shut down our doors because you're not going to accept these tariffs. And you know what I mean? The companies are going to be like, we don't want to lose the business because you won't take the tariffs. But the government knows, well, we need the taxes because we can't pay the tariffs. And the company's like, well, that's kind of not my problem, daddy government. So that's why tariffs are a leap of faith.
So you missed it. One of the first things we covered in the show was Trump keeps talking about going to a tariff-based income for the country and getting off the income tax.
Hell yeah, dude. I want my overtime checks to look beautiful. I can't wait.
Jesus.
Wait.
You know what? So when he was in Vegas, he did mention the no tax on tips, but he did not say anything about no tax on overtime.
No, he didn't undo Bush.
Yeah. Clinton started that.
Oh, it was Clinton. Sorry, I knew that.
Clinton started the fucking just pounding your overtime with taxes.
It's after a certain point. I forgot. It's after, I think for me, it's after like 8 hours or 5 hours. Forgot what it is.
Now, I don't know if you guys saw this about the Gustavo Petro, the Colombia's president here, but a lot of people remembered this happening just last July. Married Colombian President Gustavo Petro says he's not gay after he's seen in Panama with trans woman Linda Yeeps.
Nice. Not gay at all.
I'm not gay no more.
I like women. Women. I gay. I will not have sex with a man. It's okay. He's a top.
Apparently doesn't know the difference. Doesn't understand what trans woman means.
I don't even know.
That's why I keep saying
so
if
confusing.
you get
I'm
that
glad
much.
I'm glad that these conversations will be coming to an end soon. Although it will make planning for the weekend pregame a little harder.
Well, I mean, we need more videos of the based homosexuals telling the trannies to go like hurt themselves because those are so funny.
Those are pretty good.
Those are funny.
So Pete Hegseth got confirmed last week. We've got on the docket for the rest of this week, I believe Wednesday, we've got RFK Jr. and Tulsi confirmations on the same day, I believe. And Thursday is a Kash Patel confirmation. But we've already got a big win with getting Pete Hegseth because he is a no-nonsense kind of guy. And I wanted us to kind of like watch and maybe EFAP his little speech that he gave when after he was nominated and everything. And he was, you know, I don't know if it's an acceptance speech, not nominated, after he was confirmed. I don't know if you call it an acceptance speech or whatever, but you know, he's doing his thing. Because I feel like some of the stuff he says is kind of pointing in the direction of where this country is trying to go. Now, there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily think the country. Well, anyways, we'll just let this play.
All praise and glory to God. His will be done, and we're grateful to be here. And as I said in my hearing, it was Jesus and Jenny. I would not be here without you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I want to thank the President of the United States, our Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump. We could not have a better Commander-in-Chief than him. It is the honor of a lifetime, sir, to serve under you. We look forward to having the backs of our troops and having your back in executing peace through strength, in putting America first, and in rebuilding our military. Mr. Vice President, thank you for breaking the tie. It's not the last time, or not the first time the headline reads, Junior Enlisted Marine bails out Junior Army Officer. And, you know, some people were saying, well, 50-50, that's too tight. And Senator Mark Wayne Mullen was nice enough to take my kids up to the gallery to watch the actual moment that the Vice President sealed the deal. And they came running in. They said, Dad, instead of being sad about 50-50, 51-50, they said, Dad, you won in overtime. That's the perspective I like. So thank you. Throughout this.
We have now watched two speeches, or two of our politician people talking about their kids.
That's huge.
We haven't had that.
No.
Granted, okay, Joe Biden did talk about his sons.
Way too much, actually.
Let's be real. Half the shit he was saying about Bo was bullshit.
That too.
And we all know about Hunter. But these are actually children. Not
these are families, dude. These are
actual families.
Yeah.
Process, Mr. Vice President, for being incredible. I also want to thank the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee. So many members of the Senate Armed Services Committee, we became fast friends in this process. The advice, the consent, the wisdom, the guidance. I look forward to working with all of you and other senators to ensure the Defense Department has what it needs, that our nation has what it needs, and that we're prepared to defend it in all moments.
Yes. This right here, Vexfears. Problem is that everyone was talking about Biden's family, not in a good way.
Yes, exactly.
and that just piggybacks right off of what Small Time Republic said. Joe didn't talk about Ashley much. I wonder why. I don't know why they wouldn't talk about Ashley at all.
I'm a family guy. I talk about my son all the time.
To my staff, amazing staff who were with us this entire process. I see so many of you through thick and thin. We used to look at the betting odds every once in a while on this. It was low at one point. Never do that. But we defied them. And there were so many folks on the inside and then allies on the outside who stood by us every single moment. And we are eternally grateful for that. And I want to thank the warfighters. I want to thank the men and women wearing the uniform. And I've said this before when I speak, and I mean it. Every time I stand at a podium and there's bright lights and cameras, the first thing that goes through my head are the guys that I served with on the battlefield. The men and the women who I lock shields with and put my life on the line with, who never get the spotlight, who never have the cameras, who people don't know what they did in dark and dangerous places. But I know. And at the Pentagon, we're going to remember and we're going to know. And we're going to think about those warriors with every single decision that we make. We will put America first. We will bring peace through strength. And the three principles I talked about are what we will bring to that Pentagon. Restore the warrior ethos in everything that we do, rebuild our military, and reestablish deterrence. We don't want to fight wars. We want to deter them, as you said, and we want to end them responsibly. But if we need to fight them, we're going to bring overwhelming and decisive force to close with and destroy the enemy and bring our boys.
Taiwan number one.
China number one.
Taiwan.
You can't type anything about Taiwan and Tiananmen Square in that new China AI that took over all the news today.
Oh, is that red?
Same with Marvel
something?
Rivals.
No, it was called it's Dolphin something or something like that. But it's a new AI that got announced today, and it crushed the AI stock market in America.
No.
Oh, that's what crushed it? Oh,
Uh-huh.
shoot. I thought they just sold. I
No,
thought they were trying to break the
they
market.
announced it. They showed it off. They're like, hey, this is what we've got.
We worked on just censoring Americans. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, did Meta invest in that?
No, I don't know who invested in it.
Meta like that. Yeah.
But we'll see if he's got more to say. There is about a minute left. Oh yeah, he does have a minute.
And to my other family that's here as well, who I love, it's the honor of a lifetime. And I would be remiss if I didn't note one person in this room who doesn't expect to be recognized, but Captain Rougeau is here. He was my company commander on my first deployment in Guantanamo Bay. He was there on June 3rd, 2003, when I first swore in as a second lieutenant at Princeton University, and he swore me in. And I wanted to make sure he was here today with me as well. Thank you very much. So, Mr. President, thank you very much to the American people. We have your back. We're going to get to work right away. God bless. Thank you.
So I think that was a pretty heartwarming acceptance speech there. I see now there's going to be a lot of people that don't like this, but there is a religious movement. I also see it as a moral movement. That's what I'm choosing to focus on right now. If the religion gets out of control, I will say something about that.
It's a movement that's split and kind of getting hijacked, but it's powerful and moving nonetheless.
What's that?
It's a bit split between the two, like you were saying, because it's a moral and then it is religious, and then there's a lot of people like me that are kind of both.
Yeah,
and it is kind of fighting over who's the dominant power, but it is a movement nonetheless.
Yeah, and kind of what plays into that is the whole moving towards family-based stuff. Like I saw something about Donald Trump's talking about a tax credit for stay-at-home moms.
Ooh.
Yeah, like there's a movement towards family-based stuff, and
yeah,
it's a good direction to be going. And I don't know if I've ever felt that this country's moving forward ever before, even during Trump's first term. And a lot of that is just because the media just fucking dominated that whole cycle.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying I was buying into what the media was saying, but like they were pushing a lot of people were buying into what the media was saying.
Yep.
And so Pete, Small Time Republic says, I think Pete is shady, but will do a fine job. I know he has a questionable past, including cheating on his first wife with the woman he is currently married to, I believe, something along those lines, and some other stuff that has happened. I don't know about career-wise, but as far as it goes with like him cheating on his wife and stuff, we're actually going to be having a conversation about that kind of things this Thursday, where there's some weird stuff that's come out about Razor Fist.
Yeah.
And I've only got one thing in particular. I should try and find some more information about it. But this one thing in particular has brought up a conversation where it seems like people on the right might be embracing cancel culture for people making dumb mistakes 10 years ago.
Well, I mean, it's like it's screenshotted tweets of a person who's protected their tweets, who's claiming it.
Well, okay,
It was
so
just like-
actually, that's not what I have on Razor Fist.
Ooh, okay. There's more. Okay.
I have something he posted like 10, 14 years ago or something on a different website that is spicy as fuck.
Oh,
But and it doesn't involve any other person. It's just him.
Oh, okay. Cancel culture's back. I see. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, it feels like and like, okay, they talked about it on Gronking on Dogs. When I saw the watermelon thing today, the watermelon Ubisoft stuff, I rolled my eyes. I was like, really? We're gonna expect them to know that watermelons aren't in season when the fucking cherry blossoms happen. We're gonna expect them to know that watermelons weren't there at a certain time or whatever.
Well,
like,
I think it's just dogpiling on something that's already terrible.
yes, but like it's grasping at straws when nothing done was egregious.
I just thought it was funny. I guess there are people that are taking it like too serious, but I think it's hilarious.
There are people that are taking it too seriously. Watch who comes out with videos on it in the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
But-
That's that subject.
Anyhow, yeah, Thursday we're gonna have kind of like maybe a cancel culture episode on the weekend pregame. Neo, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
What do you think about Pete Hegseth's speech there? Did anything stick out to you?
No, just that everything seems that we're on the right track. Nature's healing.
Nature's healing.
Things are looking up. I was going to ask, what was his position appointment? What's his role?
He's in charge of the military.
Is it like Secretary of Defense or something?
Yeah, I think it's Secretary of Defense.
Okay.
Yeah, Secretary of Defense. JD. Yeah, he's the Secretary of Defense. I don't know why I was thinking something about DHS, but that's not it. He's Secretary of Defense. So he's in charge of the military. He's already committed to the removal of the DEI stuff, and he's even watching for the like name changes of the DEI stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like how they try and like
bridge and shit.
Yeah. Because basically all the DEI crap is now like get that out of here, and they don't. Those people don't want it to be gone, so they're going to try to rename it something else and keep it going. So we got to be ever vigilant to make sure that we make sure that it does not continue.
So yeah. You know what? That's pretty much all I've got. But Shock, I did start the show off asking everyone what their favorite thing from the week was with Trump winning so much. What do you got? What's your favorite thing from the week?
Let me scroll through. Some of my bookmarks when I'm forgetting anything. You know what? I think what the it was Dom's.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. Dom H said it was the deportations. Neo, was yours the taxes?
No, mine was JD Vance being the tiebreaker on Hegseth's confirmation.
Yes.
Oh, this is huge. We have
mine was making there's only 2 genders in this country.
Ooh, we got a bad community note.
Where? Who's we?
Elon's got a bad community note.
Elon?
Oh yeah.
How long ago did he tweet it out?
Here we go. They're saying that the crowded Texas border is always packed on a Friday going into Texas. No, it is not. Or no, this was tweeted on Friday. It would have been a Thursday.
They're saying it's always packed every day and has been this way for many years.
No.
Has many people go back and forth daily, and the and the CN suggested does provide daily crossing information, and they're
It
providing.
is never packed getting into Mexico. That is a lie. That is a fat lie. Because you just fucking drive in. You don't have to stop.
Oh, you know what? He has a point. He's like, everyone's saying this is how it normally is. Like I made any other claim that it's jammed. And then his tweet just says the roads heading back into Mexico are jammed.
Nah.
So it's a cope note. It's a cope note.
Yeah, this is
I'm gonna pull it up. It is a fucking cope note.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not it's never packed going into Mexico. That is a fucking lie.
So this guy just says the roads heading back into Mexico are jammed. And then the Laredo, Texas border crossing is always packed every day and has been this way for many years. Many people go back and forth daily, which I'm sure that's the case. And the CN suggested does provide daily crossing information in the provided link. And he's like, there's almost 700 comments and I can only see like 25. Everyone's saying this is how it normally is. Like I made any other claim other than it's jammed. He's absolutely right. This is a cope note. They've got people out here trying to
rate this shit. I love rating them too.
Misses key points or irrelevant.
That's the most common one is irrelevant. I always put this is not needed.
I hate it when they
I think this is actual
satire.
Oh, I hate that shit too. Oh my god. Like you're ruining jokes. Like there was a community note on someone that took a picture of the McDonald's receipt and they got charged $1 for American cheese, but it just said American. He's like, I'm getting taxed for being American. And then the community note is he got charged $1 for extra American cheese. It's like, fuck off. This is not needed. It's very clearly a joke. I'm gonna put this is too much of an opinion. Because here's another thing though. If the numbers are like the same as they normally are, maybe they're stopping people more as they come into the border. That could be the traffic too. But driving into Mexico is a straight shot, man. It's a straight shot into Mexico. You do not have to stop.
Oh, this is interesting. So Weasel said his favorite thing done so far is Trump is an EO that delayed new laws from taking effect. I would have had to work this last Sunday night if it weren't for that. That's interesting. I wonder why.
I heard about that
what
one.
law did he stop? Also, we've got Neo bringing in the late breaking news.
Ooh,
this is from Breitbart from an hour ago, just about.
Huh?
Why did it? What? No, that's not what I pushed. I pushed this.
I let me introduce it. Trump has burst. He said, "Let the water flow." He's Moses. He's modern day Moses. He smacked the rock. Now the water is coming. Oh my God.
The United States military just entered the great state of California and under emergency powers turned on the water flowing abundantly from the Pacific Northwest and beyond. The days of putting a fake environmental argument over the people are over. Enjoy the water, California.
Slapping the giant dick on the table and be like, what now?
So whenever I see this kind of stuff, my mind always goes to how are they going to fucking twist this?
Right.
How are they going to make him out to be the bad guy?
So they're going to be like, I think the best they can do is they're going to say the water was already flowing.
We just chose not to use it. Is that really where you want to go with this?
They're going to continue to say that they had the water going. They have never fucking Gavin Newsom has never once admitted to the water running out. Karen Bass has never once admitted to there being no water. They're going to keep acting like there was always water.
Mm-hmm.
And that they were using it and they just couldn't use enough of it. You know what I mean? Like, but this is interesting. I wonder if they don't try and sue him for this as well.
Let me see. What has he said?
I don't know what kind of
minority is most affected by too much water.
I think you are right. It was just the actual police department or the fire departments that were reporting that their fire hydrants were running out.
Trump floods California.
Hell
Trump
yeah.
invades California, which voted to peacefully secede from the United States.
This is literally like a OG political cartoon where you have like fat Republican Trump open a water well and the water like kills the fires and then the migrants like fall downstream and back into Mexico. G Prime 85, bro. That's your next comic.
Did you say what your favorite thing from Trump was this week?
That seeing the people go home.
Okay.
I think that was cool.
I've seen a lot of videos of like these vehicles just packed to the fucking gills.
Oh yeah.
Of like all their shit. And I'm like, did you move here? There's no way you moved here like that. How'd you get all that shit? Like either that or it's just an old video and people are fucking making shit up. I hate the internet sometimes.
True, it could be the case, but I feel like he got up and he like recorded a lot of traffic for what reason? Because that's common in California. Yeah. It's cool to doubt it and be like, dude, it's California. There's always traffic. And right. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna doubt because driving into Mexico is very smooth. But yeah, that could be the case.
Well, Shaka Zulu, tell the people where they can find you. What you got going on?
I'm on YouTube and Kick. We finished The Witcher 2, so I think we'll probably just play some stuff with Alf and them. Play some Marvel Rivals coming up. And then...
I want you to play. You don't have to finish it, but I want to see you play Kingdom Come Deliverance 1.
I can't finish it. I just feel bad if I don't finish it. But
oh, you wouldn't. Oh,
I wanted to I thought I could finish it, but I don't know. I'm thinking. And then I got a lot of notes and scripts and stuff for videos on Kingdom Come 2 because actually the Saudi leaks about the unskippable gay scene are true, and it has been officially delisted from Saudi. And it was exactly what I fucking said it would be. It's a real-time event where you walk in on the bad guy and he's fucking a dude and you kill him and his lover. Like, that's literally it. That's the unskippable gay scene, is you kill a gay guy while he's fucking. And I'm like, that's awesome. Why are you banning that?
Shock, it looks like we might have a foursome for Rivals because Devil wants to get in on it too.
I know. I've bent the knee to China, even though I have one nutsack in
China number one.
Yeah.
We can just talk about running over people with grocery bags in our tanks.
Yeah.
And just go all off in the fucking chat.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say a bunch of shit and China with a Y and see how much I can get away with saying shit about China. Lock your door, China man. Remove the fridge from your door. But yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on Kick, we're kind of just streaming and having fun. I've been really busy lately, but February 5th is when I'm going to be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Lots of drama around that game. Exactly a week. Oh, I'm also going to be on the RNG podcast this Friday.
Sweet.
Yes, I'll be on the RNG podcast. Actually, it was funny. Carl, he because the Warhorse co-founder, he's adding everybody. He won't put down the fucking phone. And he's like reviewing movies and he can't get off fucking Twitter. So that game better be fucking polished. That game better be done if you can't get off fucking Twitter, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. But Carl asked him, he's like, hey, I have a YouTube account with 0 followers. Like, I would love to have you on the show. And I was like, let's do it. Get him on the show. But yeah, I'll be on Carl's podcast and then we'll be streaming. So good night, everybody. Good show. Sorry I was late.
Glad you're able to make it.
And Neo, what you got cooking?
So tomorrow night will be the next episode of Top 5, and it'll be my co-host Jason and Carl, and a Top 5 debut, lowest expectations. will be joining us for the panel. We're going to be ranking our top 5 favorite games that we played last year. Ooh. And, the idea of on the thumbnail, I put 2024 in air quotes for 2024 games because it's games that you played in 2024, but it's also not like, games that you might have played for, the dozenth time. It's, ideally something either you haven't played in a really, really long time or played something for the first time, whether it came out, 20 years ago or not, doesn't matter. But we're going to be ranking our favorite games that we played last year. And then Wednesday will be the beginning of Reverse Dude Souls. Now that I have completed Dark Souls, we're flipping the script a little bit, and I'm going to watch Dude play it, and he's going to show me how it's done. And he's probably going to get
master mode. I like that.
That is a hell of an idea, sir.
That's cool. I like that.
That was Dude's idea. Probably about like 4 or so episodes in, he's like, "Hey, why not when you beat it, we'll flip it and you watch me play it?" And I was like, "That's a great idea." So I will probably only take like 3 episodes for him to get through the game. Since
he's like, "Here's why you suck. I'm already halfway through."
Yeah, since he's an expert at it. But I beat the story on Dark Souls on the 15th. And after that, because up until then, every second I had played was on stream. But after that, I wanted to finish getting the completion. I wasn't going to do that on stream because a lot of like annoying grinding of, killing the same enemies over and over again in order to get the items I needed. So I didn't do it more on stream. But I have since also gotten all the achievements, and I did complete a second full playthrough, and I completed that this weekend.
Because you had to get the other ending.
So there's 2 endings and an achievement for each. Technically you have to do it 2.5 times because there's certain weapons you need to craft that you need boss souls for, and one of them is you need like 3 of that one, so you need to at least play it through some of the third one. But Dude was nice enough that he dropped a couple items that he didn't need, so that I didn't have to another like half playthrough. So he dropped the items for me, so I was able to craft all the things I needed. But I do have all the achievements in Dark Souls now. But we're flipping the script and doing reverse Dark Souls. I'm going to see him show me how it's done, and he'll probably do it in like 3 or 4 streams.
That is a brilliant idea.
That's
well
so
done.
cool.
So we'll be doing that on Wednesday. So normally I would have a open mic on Thursday, but I've got some stuff going on IRL, so no open mic this week.
Sounds good. Go watch Dude Souls. Everyone, go watch. It's Dude Souls, right? It's not Bro Souls.
Yeah, Dude Souls.
Dude Souls. Yeah, go watch Dude Souls.
Dude was helping coach me through Dark Souls.
It's a good time. You'll laugh a lot.
There won't be as much raging anymore now that I am done with it.
No,
I know that's what a lot of people come for, is they like to see me rage at Dark Souls.
But you can catch me this Thursday on the weekend pregame. I've got that Razor Fist thing where we might be talking about the right cancel culture thing that's going on. Otherwise, we've got the Ball Busters. I've got more projects to do for Dermy for Ball Busters. Might have to start charging him soon. And then we've got Saturday Chatterday, and maybe we all jump in and play some Rivals this Saturday afternoon. Who knows what happens there? And then back here for Monday. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Small Time Republic. Thank you, Kel. Thank you, Weasel. There was a ton of people. Thank you, Ariel. Ariel was in here.
Yeah, good to see Ariel.
Laugh, talking all the shit. We got Paul Raw Dog Hadouken. Thank you, sir. Fuck you, Steve. Cash Kester. Thanks to everyone who was in here. Until next time, have a good one.
See ya.
Night, everyone.